Okay, so we're going to use the TYD superstore for TYD2. That's the file that we can use. Okay. And now we have orders in here. Okay. Now product name goes into columns and profit goes into rows. All right. So now remember, the first thing to do is to sort this with the largest profit at the top, okay, to the smallest profit. So how do you do that? You want the product names to be arranged from the largest profit to the smallest profit, right? So you can do this by right clicking and select sort descending. Okay, so that will sort the product names from largest profit to the smallest profit. So that's the first step. Now we have arranged the data from largest profit to the smallest profit. So now let's look at how to convert the x-axis and the y-axis, right, to percentages. Okay, so now we'll look at the all right, so before that we change the view to entire view so that we will see the whole thing. Right now, so we have so many products, right? So you have to scroll to see the whole thing. So instead we select entire view, so the whole thing is now visible to us. Okay. All right, so now what we need to do is to change this profit. Y-axis is now profit. So instead, what we want is the percentage, right? So you want the you want the cumulative percentage. You want to go from, see, you want to be able to go down this x-axis. So as you go down the x-axis, you need to have the total profit of those products. So when you've arranged it from the largest profit down, so as you go down the list, you need to be able to get the total profit and convert that into a percentage of the total of that group against the total profit of all products. You want the running sum converted into a percentage. So this is a secondary computation. So what we need to do is to create add table computation, right? You want the primary computation to be running total. Okay. So as you go down the list, you're going to have a running sum of the profits. Okay. But we want that to be a percentage, right? So you have to say, I'm going to add a secondary computation, change that to percent of total, and you want that to be checked here for product name. So for the product name, as you go down, you add up. So first of all, you'll have the total profit of all the products. That's on the side. Okay, that's not going to change because your entire product list is constant. Right? You have that sum there. So the first primary computation is running total of the profit. As you go down, you're going to have running total. So as you go down, as you find the running total, each running total you divide by this total profit. So as you go down to the last item, what will be the percentage there? 100%, because the running sum will be equal to the total profit at that point. Okay. But in between, you may have numbers going more than 100% because of the fact that there are some products that are making loss. All right, so now we have the y-axis converted into percentage. right? Now we need to do the same for the x-axis. Now this is a little involved here because we want to compute the percentages and then move it into the visualization. So what we need to do is to bring the product name, okay, not from here, from the dimensions shelf down into the marks card. Like that. Product name, go in there, okay? So bring product name in here, and now we're going to do the computation to it, okay? But first we need to change the measure to count distinct. So as you go down the list, it will keep track of how many unique products are there in the list. Okay. So if a product, there may be several transactions for a given product, but we don't want them to be counted as different products. So you want unique products to be counted, so you need to first convert the product name into count distinct. Okay. So once you have it converted as count distinct, so it's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, suppose if there are 10,000 products, that list is going to be going from 1 to 10,000, right? So now we convert that into a computation again. All right, so table computation, add table computation. Okay. Well, the count distinct, I misspoke. So you will have for each product, you will have how many distinct counts there are. So you're going to have 1, 1, 1 only. Now you have to do a running sum of that. That will be the number of products going down the list. So you need to make this into a running sum. So that will give you 1, 2, 3, 4 going all the way to whatever number, 10,000 or whatever that number is. And you want that to be converted into a percent total. And once again, you have to make sure that this is selected. So it will be for the product, both places. Product name. So at the level of product name, it will give you the cumulative number of items converted into a percentage. So that will go from 0 to 100% on the x-axis. Okay. So now we have that there. Okay, so now we have to move this over there and product name down here. Move it there. All right, and then bring product name back here. So you will have the product name available for us to look at. So now the marks are circles, so we want to change that to bar. So you'll have one bar for each item. Okay. So each item will have a bar, and the height of the bar is going to be the cumulative profit. Something wrong. Okay, I missed this. Okay, we need to make sure that the product, the sum of product, when I did the table computation, it should be at the level of product name. I forgot to check that. So go back and do this. Go back to sum of profit, right? Edit table computation and make sure that that's checked. Okay. So both the primary and the secondary computation must be made at the level of product name.